Good day, everyone. I am Hussein Rima. So, in continuation of the discussion, I will be discussing to you the Porter's generic strategies. So, under here, we actually have five types. The first one is cost leadership. So, under cost leadership, we actually have two types. Type 1 is low cost strategy, while type 2 is the best value strategy. While type 3 is differentiation, and the last one is focus strategy. So under focus strategy, we also have two types. Type 4 is low cost focus, while type 5 is the best value focus. So we will discuss each of these strategies on the next few slides. But first, let's get to know few more important details about Porter's generic strategies. So, Porter's generic strategies were first set out by Michael Porter in 1985 in his book Competitive Advantage: Creating and Sustaining Superior Performance. So these are actually ways to gain competitive advantage over the competitors. So what is this competitive advantage? Now, it is the ability of an organization to add more value for its customers than its rivals and therefore attain a position of relative advantage. So it is an upper edge over competitors exercised by offering consumers greater value either by serving with lower prices or by providing greater benefits and services that justifies provided prices. So these strategies can be applied to products or services in all industries and to all organizations of all sizes. Now let's proceed to the five generic strategies. So first one is cost leadership. So this strategy aimed to become the lowest cost provider with superior profits. So the company works towards reducing the cost of not just one product, but the entire range of products in the company's portfolio. In other words, it emphasizes producing standardized products at a very low per unit cost for consumers who are price sensitive. Now, there are two alternative types of cost leadership, as we have mentioned earlier. Type 1 is a low-cost strategy that offers products or services to a wide range of customers at the lowest price available on the market, while Type 2 is a best value strategy that offers products or services to a wide range of customers at the best price value available on the market. So the best value strategy aims to offer customers a range of products or services at the lowest price available compared to a rival's products with similar attributes. So both type 1 and type 2 strategies target a large market. Now, striving to be the low-cost producer in an industry can be especially effective when the market is composed of many price-sensitive buyers. When there are few ways to achieve product differentiation, when buyers do not care much about differences from brand to brand, or when there are a large number of buyers with significant bargaining power. So the basic idea is to underprice competitors and thereby gain market share and sales, entirely driving some competitors out of the market. So companies employing a low cost Type 1 or best value Type 2 cost leadership strategy must achieve their competitive advantage in ways that are difficult for competitors to copy or match. So if rivals find it relatively easy or inexpensive to imitate the leader's cost leadership methods, the leader's advantage will not last long enough to yield a valuable edge in the marketplace. So recall that for a resource to be valuable, it must be either rare, hard to imitate, or not easily substitutable. So what are the conditions in which cost leadership strategy can be especially effective? 1. When price competition among rival sellers is especially vigorous. 2. When the products of rival sellers are essentially identical and supplies are readily available from any of several eager sellers. 3. When there are few ways to achieve product differentiation that have value to buyers. 4. When most buyers use the product in the same ways. 5. When buyers incur low costs in switching their purchases from one seller to another. 6. When buyers are large and have significant power to bargain down prices. And lastly, when industry newcomers use introductory low prices to attract buyers and build a customer base. So the third type of generic strategies is differentiation. So a differentiation strategy calls for the development of a product or service that offers attributes that are both unique and are valued by customers. In other words, this strategy aimed at producing products and services considered unique industry-wide and directed at consumers who are relatively price insensitive. So customers perceive the product to be different and better than that of rivals. As a result, the value added by the uniqueness of the product may allow the firm to charge a premium price for it. So differentiation can be based on product image or durability, after sales, quality, additional features, and so on. So it also requires talent, research capability, and strong marketing. Now, as mentioned earlier, differentiation adds costs in order to add value. So the extra costs can only be regained if the market is willing to pay a premium price. So problems occur if the extra costs incurred outweigh the additional revenue generated by higher prices. Therefore, for a successful differentiation strategy, it is insufficient merely to add value, which is where customers must recognize and appreciate the difference. So these extra costs should be added only in areas that customers perceive to be important. Now, a differentiation strategy should be pursued only after a careful study of buyers' needs and preferences to determine the feasibility of incorporating one or more differentiating features into a unique product that features the desired attributes. So, a successful differentiation strategy allows a firm to charge a higher price for its product and to gain customer loyalty because consumers may become strongly attached to the differentiation features. And these special features that differentiate one's product can include superior service, spare parts availability, engineering design, product performance, useful life, gas mileage, or ease of use. So, however, a risk of pursuing this strategy is that the unique product may not be valued highly enough by customers to justify the higher price. When this happens, a cost leadership strategy easily will defeat a differentiation strategy. And another risk of pursuing this strategy is that competitors competitors may quickly develop ways to copy the differentiating features. So firms thus must find durable sources of uniqueness that cannot be imitated quickly or cheaply by rival firms. So when is differentiation strategy can be especially effective? 1. When there are many ways to differentiate the product or service and many buyers perceive these differences as having value. 2. When buyer needs and uses are diverse. 3. When few rival firms are following a similar differentiation approach. Lastly, when technological change is fast-paced and competition revolves around rapidly evolving product features. Now, last but not the least is focus. So focus means producing products and services that fulfill the needs of small groups of consumers. Now, in this strategy, the firm concentrates on one or at most a limited number of segments of the market. So the premise behind this strategy is that the needs of the group can be better served by focusing entirely on it. So the firm might feel more secure in the niche with greater insulation from competition. Now, a focus strategy means that the firm's efforts are not spread too thinly. Okay, so there are two alternative types of focus strategies, which are Type 4 and Type 5. Type 4 is a low-cost focus strategy that offers products or services to a small range or niche group of customers at the lowest price available on the market. So Examples of firms that use the Type 4 strategy include Jiffy Lube International and Pizza Hut, as well as local used car dealers and hot dog restaurants. While Type 5 is a best value focused strategy that offers products or services to a small range of customers at the best price value available on the market. So it is sometimes called focused differentiation, which is the best and the best value focused strategy also aims to offer a niche group of customers products or services that meet their tastes and requirements better than rivals products do. So examples of firms that use the Type 5 strategy include the Cannondale, the top-of-the-line mountain bikes, MyTag washing machines, and Lone Star restaurants or a steakhouse, as well as bed and breakfast inns and local retail boutiques. Okay, so both these types, the type 4 and type 5 focus strategies, target a small market. However, the difference is that type 4 strategies offer product services to a niche group at the lowest price, whereas type 5 offers products or services to a niche group at higher prices but loaded with features, so the offerings are perceived as the best value. Okay, so what are the conditions by which a low cost or best value focused strategy can be especially attractive or effective? 1. When the target market niche is large, profitable, and growing. 2. When industry leaders do not consider the niche to be crucial to their own success. 3. When industry leaders consider it too costly or difficult to meet the specialized needs of the target market niche while taking care of their mainstream customers. 4. When the industry has many different niches and segments, thereby allowing a focuser to pick a competitively attractive niche suited to its own resources. And lastly, when few, if any, other rivals are attempting to specialize in the same target segment. Okay, so Porter stresses the need for strategists to perform cost-benefit analysis to evaluate sharing opportunities among a firm's existing and potential business units. Sharing activities and resources enhances competitive advantage by lowering costs or increasing differentiation. In addition to problem sharing, Porter also stresses the need to firms to effectively transfer skills and expertise among autonomous business units to gain competitive advantage. So depends on factors such as type of industry, size of firm, and nature of competition. Various strategies could yield advantages in cost leadership, differentiation, and focus. Now, in this illustration, it illustrates how larger firms with greater access to resources typically compete on a cost leadership and or differentiation basis, whereas smaller firms often compete on a focus basis. Now, note that a differentiation strategy, which is the type 3, can be pursued with either a small target market or a large target market, as we can see here. However, it is not effective to pursue a cost leadership strategy in a small market because profits margins are generally too small. Likewise, it is not effective to pursue a focused strategy in a large market because economies of scale would generally favor a low-cost or best value cost leadership strategy to gain or sustain competitive advantage. Now let's proceed to the strategies for competing in turbulent high-velocity markets. As the world is changing more and more rapidly, and consequently, industries and firms themselves are changing faster than ever. Some industries are changing so fast that researchers call them turbulent, high-velocity markets, such as telecommunications, medical, biotechnology, pharmaceuticals, computer hardware, software, and virtually all internet-based industries. High-velocity change is clearly becoming more and more the rule rather than the exception, even in such industries as toys, phones, banking, defense, publishing, and communication. So meeting this challenge of high-velocity change presents the firm with a choice of whether to react, anticipate, or lead the market in terms of its own strategies. So the first strategy is react to change strategy. To primarily react to changes in the industry would be a defensive strategy used to counter, for example, unexpected shifts in buyer taste and technological breakthroughs. So this strategy would not be as effective as the second one, which is the anticipate change strategy, which would entail devising and following through with plans for dealing with the expected changes. However, firms ideally strive to be in a position to lead the changes in high-velocity markets, whereby they pioneer new and better technologies and products and set industry standards. So being the leader or pioneer of exchange in high-velocity market, which is the third strategy, is an aggressive offensive strategy that includes rushing next-generation products to market ahead of rivals and being continually proactive in shaping the market to one's own benefit. Although a lead change strategy is best whenever the firm has the resources to pursue this approach, on occasion even the strongest firms in turbulent industries have to employ the react to the market strategy and the anticipate the market strategy.